Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Spoken and Heard Open Mic at Kickbutt Coffee here in Austin, Texas? I'm Ernie B, and here's your host, Hot Tamale, and the lovely Lost in Thought. Boom. Overproduction is my middle name. There. Oh, hold on.
Ernie.
There we go.
There we go.
I got a lot of buttons to push in like 2 seconds, and it's hard to do everything all at once.
Well, you need to get online for a new arm, an additional one.
Well, I have one, but I'd get arrested if I whipped it out.
Oh!
Thank you. Good night.
See, okay.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Good night.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, first it was him, now it's you.
Hey, you took it there. You said third arm.
Anyway. Okay, check out Lost in Thought. He's having a good hair day.
I need to give you guys.
He is. Look at him.
See, and if I forget to turn them off, they keep going. So I have to see it. I'm messing up here.
Ernie B, you're totally spoiling us with all the effects.
Oh, there. Spotlights.
Yeah.
That's why if we go to another open mic, we're just kind of waiting for our geysers and spotlights, and we're just like,
Yeah, Ernie, those spurts seem a little premature.
Okay, let's start.
What were you saying about his hair?
What?
He's just having a good hair day. So I took a picture for him because he was like, Hot Tamale, you take really good pictures. I was like, oh, tear. Okay.
Hey, so your coworker was here last week. How did she enjoy the show?
She enjoyed it. She enjoyed it rather well.
I might have a coworker show up. We'll see.
Ooh.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
They can see how filthy we are.
I know. What's happening, Kickbutt? You're about to witness the baddest open mic in DT Spoken and Heard live every Sunday night at Kickbutt Coffee, Music, and Booze. That's right. That's not your average, ordinary coffee shop. We do have a full bar. And behind the bar tonight, we have the goddess, Alyssa, who will keep you fed, caffeinated, and
Buzzed.
but nothing shows your undying love and affection to your bartender like what? Tips, just the tip. Tip your bartender, and she will feel your undying love and affection for her. But don't go over and say, I love you. That's kind of creepy. But again, you have to ask permission. Yeah, don't just come up and go, I love you.
Yeah, because she'll jump over the counter and attack.
She will.
She's done that before.
You don't want to see what's on her key ring, kind of like what's on my key ring. All righty, so
Life as a bartender, huh?
life is a bartender.
That
Okay.
was going through my head too, actually.
I was actually
Yeah.
thinking about that. Yeah, I was thinking about the life as a highway.
And who was that? That was the same guy that wrote the guy from Red Rider, right?
Yeah, that's the guy that sings Lunatic Fringe.
And that guy is whose son? Wasn't he like?
Larry Bird. I don't know.
Wasn't he like? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm
He's
thinking.
somebody's kid?
Ernie, I'm sorry for doing this, sis.
No, it's okay.
Ernie,
Uh-oh.
do you
What?
remember?
The 21st night of September.
No, I was gonna say. When we're speaking of red, do you remember the red rocket scene in South Park?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Good night.
No, wasn't he like not George Harrison's son or somebody? Somebody's
Okay.
he's somebody's kid.
We'll Google that in a minute.
But wasn't he? I think he went under an assumed name. I think I'm thinking of somebody else.
You might be.
Yeah. Anyway,
No. You think about the Wallflowers with Bob Dylan's
that's
song.
who I'm thinking of. Yeah, no.
Don't
Okay.
ask me how I actually got into the inner workings of Ernie B's brain, but wow, I impressed myself.
I had to lock my focus. Like my camera kept going in and out of focus because the lighting's dark back here. But you can lock it once it gets in focus. You can lock it. Boom. And I just did that.
And just a little heads up, a shout out to Ernie B. If it wasn't for Ernie B, our open mic would sound like this.
Yes.
I cannot do what he does. He literally does need like 2 extra arms to take care of what all he's doing back there.
And he does take tips.
And he does, yes. You see those right behind his monitor? You can virtually tip the man.
I take cash. I take. I got my QR codes here back in my monitor.
He takes Bud Lights too.
Yeah, I'll take a Bud Light.
Yeah, he'll take a Bud Light. So let me see if you want to sing your song, dance your dance, strut your stuff. come over to Lost in Thought, me, Hot Tamale, or Ernie B behind the soundboard. Go over to Ernie B just so he can say...
It's freaking hot. Summer is officially here with a vengeance. It's going to be like this in the hundreds for like the next couple of weeks.
I swear, people come up from hell and go, God damn, it's hot out here.
I remember when Nwaneka, she's from Nigeria, and she was coming over here saying, "Oh man, it's hot. It's so hot out." And I go, it's hot in Texas when somebody from Nigeria says it's hot. It's pretty freaking hot.
It is. Okay, so now we're gonna quickly just go over the open mic pointers. Congratulations, due to our thin list, it's gonna be 5 minutes or 2 songs. Woohoo! Rock and roll. So we can get everybody on stage, and if we can, we will rotate the list again. So, like, if you want to come up again and give us an encore, you can do that. What are you doing?
I'm visually commenting on what you're saying.
I just see him going like this. Whatever. I don't know. Landing a plane. I don't know. Okay, support your open mic and buy something from the bar. Yes, we have ice cold water at the door, but we also have delicious, amazing muffins, giant cookies. We have some slices of cake over there too, I think.
Yes.
Let me see.
Gigante.
Yes. And we also have pizza too. Me and Ernie B just had a 3-meat. It's so good.
And I ordered myself a barbecue chicken.
Pizza that's so good you will eat the crust.
Yes.
That's how good it is.
Yeah. See, Reggie Goodwin was saying, "Oh, Lawson Thought was doing the Vanna White." And I said the same thing, Reggie, but I was off mic. I was over here by the bar.
No, because see, Vanna White's like this when she turns.
Well, she's a professional.
I know.
Lane's not.
Oh, God. Don't get him started. Okay, let me finish the list. God. Can you cuss? Fuck yes. Okay, we're going to keep going. Okay, be considerate and quiet while other performers are on stage, but as Lost in Thought says...
We love audience participation, even during a piece. But look around you and read the room.
Oops, I got you.
Absolutely. Do not heckle somebody who's up here crying about their father.
I had to turn up your microphones.
That's just in bad taste, seriously.
I had to turn up your microphones for the live feed.
Thank you.
I mean, they were on, but they were at a soft volume.
You'll
I have a separate volume control for the live feed than I do in here.
Another love like mine.
And we had a rock show last night, so I turned them down because the singers are pretty loud, so they don't need to be that loud on the live feed.
I'm going to have a Lost in Thought moment because for a minute I thought you said we had a Barack show.
Yeah, we had a Barack Obama show last night.
That's what I was. That's why I was watching you. I was like, did he really say Barack?
Yeah, and you thought you thought I said something else earlier in the truck too. I can't remember what it was.
Barack Obama was here. It was crowd killing. It was horrible.
Wow.
No, he actually jumped in the pit. All right. So, and if you are on the list and you are not here when your name is called, we will move on.
I actually worked with him one time.
Yeah, you did. You mic'd him up while he was campaigning.
When he was first running, yeah, I did. We did it was like a kind of like not a meet and greet. It was at South Texas Pan Am University, and it was almost like a show.
Taco Tech.
Where they were sitting. He was like sitting. They had like a living room type setup, and there were students all placed around. I had to put microphones everywhere, but they had to be hidden.
What do they call that? They call that like a hometown meet, like
a town hall.
Yeah.
Thing. But they didn't want any of the microphones to be seen, so I had to hide them all over the place. And there was so much press there. I mean, from all over the world. It was insane. I had this big ass console, and they had to give the microphone feeds to all the press people. And yes, I did have to go through the security. They clear the room out, and they frisk you, and the dogs come through, and they sniff everything. And then
that joint fell out of your wallet, and everything's fucked.
No, and then I got stuck in this hallway.
No, not yet.
I got stuck in this hallway. You're not listening. And while they were having dinner, and I couldn't move from there because if I moved, then I'd have to go through that whole process again of getting frisked and dogged and all that. No, not dogged, but
dogged.
See, I did that to myself. But no, then he came out, and I had to mic him up. I had to put a little lavalier microphone on him, and so while I'm doing that, the cord was real long, So he was about to get the excess cord and put it in his pocket, and one of his assistants there, Mr. Obama, you might have to put that in your pocket. And he kind of looked at the guy, and he gives me a look. He goes, "You see, Ernie? You see what I got to deal with?" And he put it in the pocket. It's like, no shit. No, he's just going to leave the cord dangling around. But he was really cool, and
He said dangle.
his people were real cool too. And he remembered my name after the whole event was over. He remembered my name, and he thanked me, by my name. I was like, I can't remember anyone's name. I don't know how he did it. And I'm telling that story because we have a lot of time today.
Okay.
So you were saying about
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick peek into Ernie B's resume.
So you're saying about the going once, going twice?
Yes, thank you. Like if we call your name and you are not here, if you're smoking in your car, we will move on. But we do have speakers outside, so if you're out there taking a break, just listen for the speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's not me yet.
I worked with Bill Clinton too. Got a photo with him, and Hillary.
That's great.
And,
two separate events.
Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg.
Hey, sis, you know what's fascinating? Those rules. Why don't you keep going on?
I know. Well, actually, I was at the end of the list, so that was pretty good. But, okay, when you're on stage, we want to hear about everything you do. If you have SoundCloud, Bandcamp, let us know. If you're going to be performing downtown, whether it's at the Paramount or on the corner of 6th and Congress, let us know. That's going to be weird, performing at the corner of 6th and Congress.
What's there?
The corner.
Traffic light.
The crossing sign.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I haven't been down there in so long. I'm a weirdo. Okay, so Lost in Thought. Do you want to get the show started?
I can almost guarantee there's probably a bank there.
There is. It's Bank of America.
Yes. And by the way, I'll just add that Alyssa always makes me surprise shakes, and she does really good at it.
Oh, really?
She makes.
He literally just goes up there and says, "Surprise me."
Her combinations are fantastic.
Isn't that the worst thing you can tell a bartender? Just surprise me.
Yeah, but Alyssa does it well.
It is pain in the ass? Well, let's see. There you go.
Thanks a lot, Lane. You're a pain in the ass to your bartender.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you just go over there, order a beer like everybody else? Anyway. All right, so Lost in Thought. Who's coming up first?
So we are sans Tom today.
I know.
He's in the UK.
Yes.
He's across the pond. He's probably experiencing a lot cooler weather than we are. Hopefully.
So we need a live wire. We need someone who is funny and charming and ridiculous and awkward. We need someone.
Who's he talking about?
We need someone who is maybe standing beside the stage right now. We need someone.
And as we keep dragging on the introduction,
we got 3 hours to fill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage,
Andrew Heineman!
God.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Like you're like, let's cut this shit out. Like he's on stage. Let's cut it mid-song. Fine. Or the intro. Nobody knew that. Happy Daddy's Day. That is, I know if you're here, fuck dads, but thank you. Or unless you're a dad, but, I won't say fuck you. You're probably like, I don't know. I'm projecting. I am projecting, but I also like saying Daddy's Day because it sounds sexy. You're just like, oh, Daddy's Day. Like, I just love changing, the words. Like, if you, boyfriend, when somebody says, oh, he's my man friend. Even though a boy is a man is a more mature boy. But if you say I have a man friend, that's a hookup. That's a piece of meat. That's a slap. Like, if you say, and then you're like a woman, here's my woman friend. I fuck it. Like, I don't like being called. I don't like that I'm labeled gay. Mainly because my sex life is just me on an iPhone. It's looking at naked men, but it's just me on a phone. I tried to be more gay, and it's a lot of work. Like it's tiring. I don't man, when straight people were like, oh yeah, you watch Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? And I'm like, no, because I don't like it when men tell me I'm poor. Like, I don't. That's why I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race or Vogue. That shit's expensive. I'm more of a lesbian that likes men that have sex with men. But, like, but lesbian seems low maintenance. Except for the pets and the kids but the fashion is, oh my God, you have to be pretty, self-conscious of myself. I did feel pretty because I went to the nude beach at 9 a.m. and there's only old men there. I had to turn a lot of them down because none of them worked for Netflix, but I mean, if they did, tit for tat. Like, I don't, or, you know what I mean. I know, but yeah, I had to turn a lot of older men down. I felt pretty until the gays around my age came. And, it's not like it's a nude, when I say beach, I mean, it's a lake here. It's a lake. It's a nude lake. And there's a gay section. But the section takes a lot of work. You have to find it. Like, people have to tell you where it is. A guy told me where it was because it was super hard. But, like, they're like, I know what you're looking for. Go this way. That, he was giving me directions. But, and then there's down on, like, you have to go, there's a cliff that you have to walk down. So you're naked walking, rock climbing, and you could die, and nobody died there for all I know. But let me tell you, the gays, I saw no tits there. Well, a few tits, but they came with penises. But, and there was one straight woman, but she came with a boat and a bisexual husband. And anyway, you have to climb, your dick is out, and you're climbing, like rock climbing down this thing. It's not gay friendly. Like, you have to work a lot to be a homosexual man. I wish I could just, man, I like closeted sex, because it's low maintenance, except for the emotional drainage. But, like, just a hand job after a video game, like, it's great. Like, I don't... Or just the sexual tension that you get. You don't have to... you have to, like, douche, and you have to, like, make sure... okay. If you're a bottom, you have to make sure everything's clean, and then double, and then, you're not wearing the right whatever, Anderson Christian underwear or whatnot. I don't. Shit. I am bitter. I did break up with a guy. He was an attractive man. He was like beautiful. He was like blonde hair, blue eyes. He was very Aryan looking. And I'm like, you're beautiful, but at what price? You could do the math on that joke. $6 million. Like, like, if somebody's that pretty, I'm like, oh, no, like, genocide and oppression's working in your favor. I'm like I'm anti-pretty people. Like, I'm just like, oh, you're the problem and you don't know it. Yeah, we broke up. But he was, yeah, because I totally hated it. But, like, he was so pretty that if he lived in the 90s, he would have, if he lived in the 70s, he would have died in the 90s.
Oh, shit.
I know, it takes a little... I know, it is hard. It is, and he was a comic, too. Like, he was, yeah, there's a lot... Fuck pretty comics. Like, I know Matt Riff is really pretty, but I haven't, like, actually watched the video because I already came before I turned the volume on. But yeah, like, because I've hooked up with random I've hooked up with comics, and I'm not telling you who they are. I'm gonna take that to my grave, and I have a blog called My Grave. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Bye bye.
All right, give it up for Andrew Horniman. He's not wrong about that cliff at Hippie Hollow. When I first moved here, I wanted to do everything Austin. I wanted to immerse myself in the Austin experience. So I went to Hippie Hollow, and we got in, we parked, it was me and my ex, and we're going down the trail, and this guy was carrying an ice chest wearing sneakers and nothing else. And he was like, "Hey, have a good day, y'all." And I was like, "I'm not in Kansas anymore."
I've never been to Hippie Hollow.
Never? Because I went there in shorts and a T-shirt, and then I was just kind of like, I don't know. And then about an hour later, I was like, fuck it. I was just throwing my clothes on the beach. Yeah. You got to do it at least once. Or like the way I did it, do it before I had kids. So you don't have that little mom pooch like I have now. All righty, rock and roll. What? Whew! I have pizza in my mouth. Who is coming up next?
Who indeed?
Who indeed?
This person, I think they're a recent voice.
A recent voice. Like they just got their voice recently?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Kind of like Bumblebee from Transformers.
I liked it when he was doing Eddie Murphy samples.
Just like Ariel, he signed a contract to Ursula. So, I guess no one gets that reference.
Commence crickets.
Okay. Everyone, let's hear it for Nick Hartley.
Woo!
Ooh, how we doing? Yeah. I'm not from around here. I got any out of towners here? Nobody? You guys are all Austinites? Good deal. Well, yeah, I'm from Missouri. Just don't know where that shithole's at. But yeah, I'll tell you what. The weirdest thing that happened to me while I was down here is someone came up to me and said, they knew I was from Missouri. And they said, all country people are inbred. I said, that's not true. It's really just half of us. Honestly. Yeah. Like at some point you're flipping a coin saying, is this going to be a normal baby? Or am I going to have another Forrest Gump, right? Daddy, why did you fuck your sister? Yeah. You think Forrest Gump ever ate ass? I'm just curious, Because if he did, I think it'd be like this. That is not a box of chocolates. Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of people where I'm from, I have a racist grandpa. Anybody got racist grandparents in here? Yeah. He's so racist, he treats the Family Feud like the last great race war. Because they always pit a white family against a black family. Like for the white family, he'll be like, good answer for all of them. And then for the black family, he's just like, no, it's not a good answer, But, yeah, he kind of has been pissed off ever since Steve Harvey had become on the Family Feud. Because he goes, the ref is on their team now. Yes, I know. I'm not happy about it either. But, yeah, he kind of treats it like he's giving them the answers, like every time he's going up to the white team saying, hey, white family, name something that white people can say that black people can't. Good answer. And then he goes over to the black family with the steel. Oh, that one's too far. I'm sorry. I don't like that either. Someone told me to say it, and he was black, so it's okay, right? Wrong. I learned that lesson the hard way right now. But yeah. Are you guys familiar with born again virgins? You guys know what that is? Yeah. Basically what a born again virgin is it's somebody who's not a virgin but pretends to be. So I think there's a lot of men out there that are born again sluts these days. You know, like they are they are a virgin and they pretend not to be. I've had sex with loads of women. You know, those kind of people. Those two got it because they're women and they know that men lie about that shit all the time. But they do. Preach it, sister. Yeah, I can't pull off that voice. But yeah, I was on Instagram and I saw this old man was getting baptized, and he was on death row as well, you know. And so what that means is that all the sinning and all the murdering, every bad thing he ever did, all that's gone. He's clean. He's washed away now. And my friend was like, "That's bullshit, you know. He's still a bad person. He's not clean." I said, "Aren't you a born-again virgin? You know? Like, isn't that the same thing? Like, you've had 1,000 dicks in you, and now all of a sudden you're like, what's a penis?" But, and you're clean now because of what? Like, what, crystals? Is that what cleans it out? Like, are you just using it like a magic erase marker, just cleaning out all that previous dick you had up in there? But, yeah. I think being a born-again virgin is just a good excuse to give a shitty blowjob like when you were 15. Like, I don't know how to do it anymore, you know? Sorry. I had sex with a born-again virgin one time. That's how I got born-again herpes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Where are we going from here? Nobody knows. Yeah, this is a blank sheet of paper, by the way. Yeah. I am a stepdad, so happy Father's Day to me, right? Yeah. And it's been pretty recent, so I've been asking people questions, you know, like how to be a good stepdad. And they always say, if you want to be a good stepdad, you need to be blunt and honest with your kids. So my daughter had come up to me and said, "Hey, Nick, what's a tampon?" I said, I don't love you, okay? Yeah. Oh, and as for that tampon thing, sometimes in college, kids like to get really drunk really quick. No. Yeah, they'll take a tampon, soak it in vodka, and shove it up their ass. Oh, you think that's gross? You should see what women do with it, you know? Thank you. I appreciate the chuckles, people. But, You ever played Twister in the Woods with Bill Cosby? Anybody? I'm telling you, it's not as fun as it sounds. I know I'm making a pretty good pitch up here, but you see, when you play Twister in the Woods with Bill Cosby, it's a little different than normal Twister. Normal Twister, you're, right hand red, left leg blue. But with Bill, that spinner, it's just all third leg red the whole way around. Just third leg red. Got to keep doing it till you laugh, people. Thank you. Yeah, and look, I'm not a sore loser or anything, but after 3 games of that, you get a little butthurt, right? Yeah. I think I'll leave you guys on one last joke. It is my stepdaughter. She has this friend, and she's kind of weird, because she's white, but both her parents are Asian. And I'm not a bigot or anything like that. It's just I was weird, like I've never seen for instance, I always knew you could adopt an Asian baby, all right? I'm ignorant. I'm from Missouri. But I had no idea you could adopt the parents as well. Thank you, guys. My name's Nick Hartley.
Give it up for Nick Hartley.
Woo! You get 2 spritz from the bottle. Thumbs up. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Lost in thought. What is the drink special today?
Isn't it Wells 425?
Yes, you are correct, sir. Mixed Wells 425. Get your antioxidants and your booze at the same time. You can get, for example, vodka and orange juice, rum and Coke, whatever your heart's desire on a simple mixed well. $4.25. Get your deliciousness at the bar. Go over to the goddess, give her a big old tip. Do it. Lost of thought. Who's coming up next?
We're going virtual.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. God, I don't like the way my hat's looking on the camera. Keep going.
Oh, no, you go ahead and stall because I can't find him.
Uh-oh.
Where is he?
Oh, I'm here.
No, I know, but I don't have your video. What happened? Let me get,
Is there
there it
anybody
is.
out there?
Okay, I got it.
Got it? Yay. So he's now found again. Let's hear it for the good doctor himself, Reggie Goodwin.
Woo!
Please direct your attention to the video monitors behind the bar. Reggie Goodwin will be appearing via YouTube, although it will be on a 30-second delay, so the audio will be first. But that's just how things work. Go ahead and take it away, good doctor.
The first turn of phrase I heard about Donald in front of Trump Tower was, "Oh, do you mean Dumbo Gambino? He's how poor men think the rich are, and he thinks he's a Teflon Don mobster. Trump LLC was so broke the Apprentice showrunners rented furniture because his office looked like a rat-infested joke. The Apprentice was a carefully crafted fiction for a failed real estate mogul trying to live up to his father's expectations, but that was the operative metaphor. Donald Trump was the dumbest goddamn student I ever had." Professor William T. Kelly at Penn State's Wharton School of Business. He came in with an incredible amount of arrogance, like he knew everything but didn't. So, a malignant narcissist rejected by his family and professor crafts a world away from the hurt of his bruised ego where he is the hero and he always wins, even if he must lie, cheat, and steal to make it happen. Now, people will say, he really, in a just world, he would go to jail for what he did on January 6th, the weeks approaching January 6th, Conway added. And I kind of agree with that. But for this man, who is basically a nihilistic moron, for him to go to jail potentially for a long time, these Espionage Act charges bring very heavy sentences to potentially go to jail for something so pointless and silly and useless as keeping these documents is actually kind of fitting. George Conway with the mic drop. All you needed to do, Sparky, was return the library books. My fifth grade librarian, Mr. Halsey, may he rest in peace, would have charged him 85 cents for each day past the return date. A bit of a grip for a 10-year-old back then. Retention of classified government documents at his Mar-a-Lago home after leaving the White House. The charges include false statements, conspiracy to obstruct, and willfully retaining documents violating the Espionage Act. The Presidential Records Act of 1978, amended in 2014, establishes the presidential records automatically transfer into the legal custody of the archivist as soon as the president leaves office. Nowhere in the act or the statute is a clause for telepathic declassification, because telepathy is right up there with mermaids and Bigfoot. Neither exist. After his indictment in West Palm Beach, Florida, he flew back to Bedminster, New Jersey, and did what many of his previous lawyers quit him for. He opened his fat mouth and started lying and grifting from his gullible followers. His malignant narcissism doesn't seem to realize everything he says is admissible. Jack Smith has an office clerk jotting down every insane utterance, every truth storm, especially when he's nervous. 80% of Americans now think he deserves conviction for stealing classified documents, except, of course, his moronic cult members who, in the height of heresy and hypocrisy, published Son of Man on Amazon, alluding that he is the second coming. Newsflash, he's not. He will be indicted again in Washington, D.C. for inciting January 6th. He will be indicted again in Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia, for trying to steal 11,780 votes. He is a criminal and a con man. His only skill is at picking and exploiting his marks. He's torn between going back to his old life as a two-bit criminal that other billionaires chuckled about. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina, my hometown, former New York mayor and presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg was asked how he felt about two billionaires running for president in 2016. Mike replied without skipping a beat, "Who's the other one?" MAGA has a lot of meanings. Make America Great Again. First said by the Ku Klux Klan, then Ronald Reagan. It also means morons are governing America during our shared 4 years in hell when he tax cut us into $1 trillion deficit and killed 1 million Americans during the pandemic through stupidity and incompetence. It also means make attorneys get attorneys, as many are jumping off the Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane express. Pretty soon, all he'll have left are public defenders, and they may not want him. He's in Southern parlance in a hot mess. A political party without a platform since 2016 reflexively defends him like a chorus jazz riff. As a nihilistic moron, he takes his party of lemmings over a cliff, and I am so here for it.
All right, give it up for the doctor himself, Reggie Goodwin.
Couldn't agree more.
From Greensboro, North Carolina.
I am enjoying all of this. I don't know about you.
I know, it's like every day another attorney quits.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, Ernie keeps me posted because he literally falls asleep to the news. I fall asleep to, like, the sound of a campfire. I literally will go onto YouTube and go, okay, 12 hours of campfire sounds.
Yeah, no, I listen to the news a lot. I mean, because
You do.
I make my living mixing bands, punk rock bands, metal bands, and so the last thing I want to do when I get out of here is listen to more music. So I put on the news, you know, and I stay informed.
News makes me very anxious.
But see, at night though, it works because at the nighttime news, all the stories have already been said. So like every half hour or so, they start to say them again. Yep. So it's just like blah 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 after a while, and it just puts me out. But sometimes the stream will stop, and I'll wake up. What happened? You know, like, oh well.
It gets quiet, and he wakes up.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm afraid of is someone smarter and more politically savvy than Donald Trump running and winning and successfully able to do what Trump couldn't. That terrifies me and keeps me up at night.
There's a newborn baby that's smarter than Donald Trump.
I'm afraid of mayonnaise.
You what?
I'm afraid of mayonnaise. I'm afraid that if it gets on my skin, it won't come off.
There's a
Really?
That makes me think of Undercover Brother.
do a YouTube search on Maury Povich. They have a woman on there who's afraid
Afraid of olives?
afraid of mayonnaise.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
I'm
terrified of it. Like she's freaking out. Like like.
Okay,
and
I'm
they're
going to
like,
have to Google that. But Lost in Thought, who is coming up next?
What?
Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Reggie.
you.
As always, incredible.
Yes, we have a new voice next.
Uh-oh.
New voice.
Let's hear
That's
it.
me whispering.
Let's hear it for Advaith.
Woo!
You keep that going. I'm still setting up. But. Yeah. Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Is the volume up on the guitar?
It should be.
Yeah.
At 6. Can everyone hear that?
Yeah. Go ahead and turn it up all the way.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Hi, everybody. I'm Advaith. This is my first time doing this, but I've been doing this a while, so I for one, am glad for the lack of attendance. So, but happy to see everyone here. I'm gonna pull up. I wrote the bridge to this song about 10 minutes before I drove over here, so I'm terrified I'm gonna forget it. So I'm just gonna put it on my lap. I usually write songs that are sad, but I figure for this one, might as well do something a bit happier. So this is a song about death. I had a dream death was a train that wouldn't stop. Took me 4 years round the country, where we going I forgot. While specters manned the engines, I sat peaceful by the window, watching memories of a life I used to know. I had a thought that what if life is but a station, where weary passengers get off to stretch their legs and grab a snack? What if time is just a figment of a young man's imagination, as he waits for this old wagon to depart? And I can't see where I'm supposed to be, and I can't try. And I didn't get everything I wanted, but by God, it's been a hell of a stop. We let the years blow by like leaves in late September. We've only one life left to live, so live it well, don't live it right. While the future's still a mystery, still we'll all be part of history. Neither one's ever worth worrying about. And I can't see where I'm supposed to be, and I can't try. And I didn't get everything I wanted, but my God, it's been a hell of a stop, a hell of a stop. And let the years run down like teardrops down my body. And one more beer won't shed the fear of dying alone. But I intend to run until I run straight out of luck. And if I find my time is done, then I will have enough. Because I can't see where I'm supposed to be, and I can't stop. No, I didn't get everything I wanted, but by God, it's been a hell of a stop, a hell of a stop. I did forget the bridge. It didn't matter.
Do you have another one? You can do another one if you want.
I don't know if I have another one. What do I have? Okay. This is a song about planets falling in love. Can you imagine that we're two planets and we are drifting away? We spin in circles within our orbits, but I'm wishing you'd stay. And still I'm hoping, despite the distance, that there might be a chance. The next revolution we'd fall together in celestial dance. And all that I can see is you from afar. But I think you should know how much you outshine the stars. You're all that I need. You eclipse my heart. You make life less lonely on planet Mars. You a notion for you, my darling, how many light years I'd spend spinning in silence, patiently waiting just to see you again. Pluto adores you, Jupiter's favorite. What position am I? Another red planet sharing our galaxy. To wish you were mine. All that I can see is you from afar. But I think you should know how much you outshine the stars. You're all that I need. You eclipse my heart. You make life less lonely on planet Mars. all that I can see is you from afar. But I think you should know how much you outshine the stars. You're all that I need. You eclipse my heart. You make life less lonely on planet Mars. Thank you.
Yeah, take your chair with you. No, just kidding. That was awesome, man. It sounded great. Nice Sunday afternoon type music, man. After a long, crazy, stressful week.
Let's hear it for Advaith.
Woo! It was very groovy.
It was.
I'm just mellow right now, just thinking about it. I don't even know what to say. I'm just.
It was very easy.
It makes me think of like laying in a hammock between two trees.
Laying in a hammock. Okay.
Not laying in a hammock. Laying. Everybody in here needs to clean out their ears.
Lane in his banana hammock.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna have a Rain Man moment there. It's in my head.
I had to say it.
It's in my head. It's in my head. Get it out.
I'm trying to figure out how that's physically possible because it's my banana hammock is a part of me. How can I lay in my banana hammock? I mean, like, you know, how can you? Because that's like existing in two different dimensions of space. I'm just saying.
I was just going to say how his music kind of makes me forget about how hot it is outside, but...
Yeah, and I was just going to say it just kind of made me think of just being in a hammock and just having the breeze blow over you, listening to that on my headphones,
having the breeze blow against your banana. Speaking of heat and hot places.
Okay, I think I'm going to go back to work tonight after I get out of here, just to kind of cleanse my brain. I feel like dealing with a couple Karens before I come back. Oh, God.
Nice family quality programming we have here.
And like Ernie B likes to remind, just got to remind you the entertainment is free.
Yeah, this is a free show.
We cannot vouch for the quality.
You know what I just realized?
Oh no, I'm scared.
It's Father's Day, and look at the shirt I'm wearing.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Creep show reference.
So I'm not sure if y'all.
Okay, that was cool. That was cool.
I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with the movie Creep Show.
Move your arm.
It's Father's Day, and I got my cake.
It's Father's Day, Bedelia. Where is my cake?
You're a bitch, Bedelia. I like doing that.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Lots of that.
Yeah, I got it close up. It'll come up here on the monitors.
Okay.
But yeah, if you haven't seen Creep Show and like horror, especially horror comedy, definitely watch it. It's a fun time.
When I first got Amazon Prime, that was like the first movie I bought. So yeah, priorities.
I've never seen. I haven't even seen Jaws yet. Nope. I've seen it in parts.
I saw his predecessor. I saw his previous movie, The Jaws, which was Duel. It was like Jaws, but on the road.
Oh, that's the same director?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg.
Oh, that's right. Hold on.
Duel.
I think the last one I saw was Jaws 3D.
But I've never seen it in its entirety. And it's available in 4K now too.
Get it?
Oh, but I got movies I've bought on Vudu I haven't even watched, and I've had them sitting there for months.
He has bought B movies from Scarlett Johansson, and he's had second thoughts about Jaws.
I haven't even seen that movie yet.
Get the Jaws.
Plus, she's really hot too, so.
Anyway, okay, lots of that. Quick, before we go off on another tangent.
So, coming up next, it's a voice we haven't heard from in a long
time.
In a very long time. Everyone, let's hear it for Christina Culverhouse.
She's part of the OG crew. Woo!
It is really bright.
You're a star.
So I'm glad I have sunglasses, but then I can't see my poetry. So, okay, that doesn't work. My name's Christina. I also go by Red Traveler when I do stage stuff. So I am also an artist in addition to writing poetry and stuff like that. I make these wire wrap pendants. And I paint mandalas and stuff. So if you're interested in anything like that, let me know. But these poems, so I guess when the pandemic hit, I ended up entering into, instead of like getting like more creative, I hit a block. And so I've recently been able to start painting again, but the only time I can write poetry is at Molly's Poets on Thursdays from 1 to 3 at Lazy Days on Manchac Road. It's a lot of fun. You guys should come check it out. She gives us prompts. We write our poems, and then everybody reads what they wrote, and it's a lot of fun. So these are from there. The first one is called Be Art. Paint your life any color you like. Brush yourself across life's blank canvas. Start fresh every day. No color's ever the same, ever changing, evolving conversation. Talks to us through your strokes. Use your tools, create texture for touching souls. Bright hues to enlighten minds. Be art, be seen, be heard. Touch, cracks in canvas, cracks in life, filled with wondrous shades of experience to share with others, and teach the world to see through the bristles of painted brushes. This is called Meditations. Sit, still, quiet as snow. Breathe slow, steady, rest. Inside, mantra or not. Tranquility, thoughts pass like clouds in the sky. The hum of silence. What can you learn there? Abyss of nothingness, where knowing nothing is knowledge of everything, connected into a moment. This moment. Bliss, kiss, mist, dewdrops of uncertainty lead to deserts of stability when you just sit still, just for a moment, with the air and the wind. The sound of traffic passing by, lulling you into silent nights. Dreams come to mind, mind meets dreams. Daydreams, sky dreams, life dreams. Dare to dream, dare to be free. Okay. Okay, the title of this is called Love in the Time of Extinction, and I think that was from a book by Cara B. Emiles, I was told. It's not my prompt, but the human race is on the verge of extinction. Extinction of community, extinction of kindness, extinction of basic human compassion. Maybe not all seen or felt, but different in red states and a red nation, different gender, different sexual orientation, different ideas and points of view. But if we gather a human race face-to-face, in human face-to-face connection, we might just stand a chance. We can all stand on our heads or on one leg, doesn't matter, so long as we stand in our hearts. Stand together, not apart, not separated by hate, but joined by love, joined by kindness, and attempts to understanding. Face the world and save us from communal extinction. I tend to only read the ones that Tom's like, hey, send that to me. That's a good one. Send that to me. I'm like, okay. If Tom likes it, it must be a pretty good poem. So I'm trying to find where I earmarked these last ones. Okay. All right. The thrill of it all. Being in moments of being with fellow human beings. Bouncing, singing poetry without rhyme, basking in the grand sunlight, revealing truths vulnerable motion through honest words spoken, laughing until you lose your breath, making no sound at all, finding the humor in the cosmic joke after the fall. Okay, this will be my last one. Roadmaps for the soul. The roadmaps of the soul have many roads, cosmic ponderings, cosmic dreaming, becoming what's next, questioning the meaning of time, realizing there is none but rhyme, poetic wondering, paint brushes dancing, free verse, free word, be seen, be heard, be you, be with, gatherings in the park, drumming under the full moon, fire dancing in the dark, casting a smile, reaching out a hand, giving permission to receive, permission to rest, permission to breathe. Inhale love, exhale love. Time spent in stillness to dance your way in the world. Take the hand of your friend, getting out of the old, renewing, reviving roadmaps for the soul.
Boots and pants and 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 boots and pants.
All right, give it up for Red Traveler.
Boots and pants and boots and
Okay, wait,
pants.
Ernie, enough of the boots and pants.
And pants.
Okay, look, I wanted to show off one of my pendants was actually made by her.
Oh, let me get a close up.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's this one. This is my Lucky Mojo necklace. Anytime something happens to me, I find something, I pick it up and I put it on my necklace.
Okay, stay still. I got a real tight shot on that one.
Okay, go ahead.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay, that's good.
Okay, I'm kind of waiting for it to catch up.
Oh, yeah, it takes about 40 seconds or so.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll start to zoom in. There it goes.
Sigh. Okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah, it's a tiger's eye, which is like my favorite upon favorite lucky stone. And
Sweet.
Christina made this for me, and so like I've got a story behind everything on here, but that one is my favorite.
Oh, and by the way, Christina, Reggie says, Christina! And then you said also, we dare, Christina. And then he also said, I guess about the Age of Extinction piece. So it doesn't have to happen. Ban billionaires. They are useless.
Yes.
Oh, and one thing I did want to say about Christina, when she had said that during the pandemic she kind of felt her creativity waning, that happened to a lot of people. I think we were talking about that once, Ernie. It's because we were too concentrated on surviving. We weren't really having our creative juices flowing. We were just kind of like, am I going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know, so much. Yeah. That's why I've had like a writer's condominium for a while. So, but every so often I just try and jot something down, even if it's an idea, and come back to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to go through that experience again.
No.
With some new virus that nobody knows anything about.
2 thumbs down, do not recommend.
Yeah.
Nope. And then between the whole sides of the fence between, oh, it's just made up. Just wear your mask or don't wear your mask. It's like
And like I said, I watch news all the time, so I was seeing all these reports, like especially like in South America, people were dying in the thousands. You know, it's like, this is real, man.
I was getting on the bus, I think a few days ago. And I still wear a face mask on the bus.
That's good.
And this one dude is like, "You get on the bus. Why are you putting that mask on? COVID's over, man. COVID's over." And he was really aggressive about it too. It was like,
And that's when you just go like this.
yeah, Bridge.
No comment. Just.
And it actually, I mean, wearing a mask can keep you from just catching a regular cold. You know.
And also can save your allergies too.
Yeah.
Especially when all that shit
That's
is
what
fun
we
for
do
you.
a lot at work. I mean, like, especially if just somebody's got a cold or a sinus infection, bronchitis, whatever. Put on the mask, ain't no thing.
Yeah, it was awkward at first, but I got used to wearing masks. So now if I feel like I have a little sniffle and I have to come to work, I'll just put the mask on, just for everyone's,
And now I have really cool sequined masks.
Yes, they do.
I got to get
It's
one
cool.
with spikes. Okay, lost in thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming
Have you
up.
seen those masks that have like a It's like a realistic image of your face on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you can even get it personalized to make it look like your face. So it doesn't even look like you're wearing a mask, but you're wearing a mask.
That's cool.
It would have to include my piercings. Okay. Well, also, bring it on before we go tangenting
So
again.
coming up next, let's hear it for our darling little JoJo.
Woo! Well, let me lower the mic.
That's me on the trombone. Okay, no, it's not.
This isn't going down.
Yeah, sometimes they get bent.
There they are. Jeez.
Yeah, the shows get kind of crazy in here sometimes.
Okay. Oh, come on. Come on over.
Come on over to Peter Piper.
I want to see where you're at so I can face the mic at you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right here?
Looks
Is this
good.
okay? Thank you.
Oh, slow down, slow down.
How many cups? There's a storm a-comin'. When comes it? The writer asked. I will hang to his coat and prick my ears for the news. 1, 2, how many cups? How many have been drunk? How many remain? The water of life? Is there another lamb to stave off the prophet's cry? Talking done here. I'm about old or really good age, digging for redemption, flushing dross, willowing chaff out into the wind. No surprises, a lot of magic, invitations to strangers, pilgrims, hanging prisms to guide those as tired as I, and only those may enter here. I myself have never touched a cloud. Even on my tiptoes, I fell short of my attempts. However, I have a knowing, an acquaintance to someone who lives part-time in the clouds, and when he hears their call, he goes there and reaches in to caress that world that brings him his words. However, I am remembered on his returns with a full basket I had weaved from straw. From the basket he scatters dandelions and blue bonnets on the children's heads and reads to them in perfect rhyme. He stretches up tall as a tree and birds light on his shoulders. He brings to me gently up to his heart and whispers words I can't understand, but I can feel them. Oh yes, I can feel them. Thank you.
That's me on the trombone. Okay, no, it's not. Yeah, Reggie was commenting here online. He's watching from North Carolina. He says the average deaths from the flu annually was 20,000. During COVID, it dropped to 1 death in 2021. Masks work. Then he said, JoJo! Wait, what's going on? Oh, I didn't see that. I can zoom in. Yeah, it's just here. Let me zoom in on the. Oh yeah, there's Birdman 313.
And I'm still waiting for my phone.
Oops. We'd like to thank the sponsors for this off mic portion of the show, where no one can hear.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Birdman 313, hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you, JoJo.
At first, I thought it was a Budweiser shirt because it kind of looks like the Budweiser eagle a little bit from a distance.
And now I really got to pick up the mic.
Yeah, I think that mic stand got bent a little bit. That's why it's hard to push all the way down.
Now I can't bring it back up.
Yeah, you got to put your foot on the bottom of it.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh. Well, make sure it's loose, too.
It is. Ernie, you can come fix it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for JoJo. Woo! Dynamite as always. Thank you, Ernie B. See, it was tough. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your sound engineer, Ernie B. Tip him in beer or cash.
Money.
Or cash.
Money, honey.
Most likely cash. All right. Did you just call me honey?
No, I said money, honey.
Money, honey.
Okay. Lost of thought. Who is coming up next?
Coming up next, we have quite the voice. Let's hear it for Dumpster Fire Phoenix.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hello. I'm Dumpster Fire Phoenix. Happy Pride. And this, I guess, is the section where... Do I have any allies in the house? This is the section where I educate you on how to be an ally. I go by they, them pronouns, but there are layers to that and getting to know me. Holidays are often a scary topic to approach thinking about when you're queer. Sometimes I've had people come up to me and just like point blank ask me about like my family, and that's kind of like a hard thing for some queer people. Like, you have to be prepared because, you know, that causes me to sort of like have flashbacks to some really traumatic things that happened to me growing up queer. But we do end up, I guess, with chosen family. And my lesbian sister from one of my homelands was telling me she was having a really rough time on Mother's Day and Father's Day with things like that. And she's like a she, her. She does get misgendered a lot. And so I told her that she's most likely a Zadrith, not a mother or a father. Unlike Mother's and Father's Day, Zadrith's Day happens every Julian calendar day, every other eon for the duration of the eon, except for on leap days, February 29th. We've just been on an off eon for so long that everyone forgot. Welcome, however belatedly you may have arrived, to the age of Aquarius. Traditionally, Zadrith's Day is celebrated by cross-dressing, assigning tasks of menial labor to straight white men, often involving the composting of human fecal matter, the coded documentation and judicious sharing of ancient trans secret wisdoms, and the weekly release of packs of unsupervised feral children into the streets to break into cars until Monday morning. If you haven't heard of it, There's also a heartwarming, festive Lifetime movie that came out a few years ago. It's called A Zadrith's Day Miracle, wherein a motley crew of derelict urchins adopts a wandering grandparent with dementia off the street, whom they co-opt into teaching them how to drive after they hotwire a car according to the directions they receive from their off-duty lesbian Zadrith that day. The miracle, of course, occurs when they accidentally run over and crush the pelvis of a transphobic police officer who, through this happy accident and the charitable advocacy of the Orphlings and the ACLU, has a change of heart and learns the value and importance of gender-affirming healthcare for all. And now I will sing a song. Someone sacred in my eyes, just for one moment, to be warm and to be naked by your side. Sometimes I think that they'll never understand me. I'm sorry, I thought I heard an echo, but maybe this time's forever. Say it could be. Oh, 'cause I could be your father figure. Put your little hand in mine. I could be your teacher, preacher, anything you have in mind. I could be your father figure. I have had enough of crime. I could be the one who loves you till the end of time. That's all I wanted, but sometimes love can be mistaken for a crime. Just for a moment, I wanted to see my beloved angels bright eyes shine. Sometimes I think that they'll never understand me, but if we have faith in each other, we could be so strong. 'Cause I could be your father figure. Put your little hand in mine. I could be your teacher, preacher, anything you have in mind. I could be your father figure. I have had enough of crime. I could be the one who loves you till the end of time. You are the desert, I'll be the sea. And if you hunger, just hunger for me. Whatever you ask for, that's what I'll be. If you remember the ones who have lied, who said that they loved you, then ask what, then laughed as you cried. When you think of them, don't think of me. Oh, 'cause I could be your father figure. Put your little hand in mine. I could be the one who loves you till the end of time.
All right, give it up for Dumpster Fire Phoenix. Man, that was cool. I was like, I love that song, and then hearing it on the auto harp, I'm like, okay, I'm sold.
You can play just about anything on an auto harp.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know how to play it.
Metallica?
Why not? You know?
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna start. That's gonna be my new search when I go home.
They're,
Thank you, ADHD. All right.
But they're
Reggie also said, "Happy Pride, Dumpster Fire Phoenix."
Yeah.
Yes. But their speech before they went into the song also had me thinking, because when they asked, do we have any allies in the house, I didn't raise my hand because I'm gay. But I'm thinking, can you be gay and an ally? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you can, because right now, in the news especially, there is some gay on gay hate. Anti-trans and whatnot.
Why can't people just let people just be?
Why can't people just live and let live and shut the F up? Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
my mic was telling me to shut the F up. Okay.
And also, not to mention, like...
Mike versus speaker hate.
And also, not to mention, like, gay Republicans that support Trump.
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, okay.
But they had me thinking maybe I should do a piece on that and how, like...
You really should.
Yeah.
You really should.
How,
And
like...
just a friendly reminder that if you see any sort of hateful, ignorant people like that in this building, let me know, and I will remove them with the quickness.
She's done it once before.
Yes.
Remember that little... Remember that
the
Greek
goddess
dude?
is a badass.
Yes. Yes. We had a Greek dude once that we had a comedian up here who was trans.
Which
and then
sucked because he was a pretty okay musician.
He was okay, but he was kind of preachy. But then he was like, "Oh, how embarrassing!" I'm thinking. Then I told Alyssa, and I was like, "Yeah, it's time for you to go." Yeah.
If there's anything that we do not tolerate in this venue, in this community, is closed minds. Fuck off, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
Okay. With that said.
With that being said.
I'm going to introduce the next voice. Oh, I love this voice.
You do?
Yes.
Well, tell us who it is so we can enjoy
singer.
too.
Let's hear it for Pandy.
Woo!
What up?
Darling, I'm counting. I'm in a puddle on the floor, waiting for you to return. Oh, what a thrill! Fascination's a lie. How you tease, how you leave me to burn. It's so deadly, my dear. The power of having you near until the day, until the world falls away. telling you for one, it's no fun. Martinis, girls, and guns. It's murder on our love affair. But you bet your life every night, so we chase the morning light. You're not the only spy out there. It's so deadly, my dear. Power of having you near until the day, until the world flies away, until you say there'll be no more goodbyes. I see it in your eyes. Tomorrow never dies. It's a Sheryl Crow song. Yeah, all right, I think I got one more. Yeah. Larry, when you love like you are, you won't ever feel alone. You won't feel left alone when you're loved like you are. Larry, when you're loved like you are, people think of you and smile. Think of you and they're glad, so they smile. When you're loved like you are, we'll be with you. That means you will be with us too. Larry, when you're loved like you are, everything falls into place. Everything else falls into place when you're loved like you are. We'll be with you. That means you will be with us too. It's of Montreal song. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, just let it on the floor. It's fine. Oh, you got it. Okay, now here with your action sports is Hot Tamale and Lane Thompson, Austin's dynamic duo.
Let's hear it for Pandy.
Yes, give it up for Pandy.
I liked that. The first one was just calm and very like what's the word, like very
Mellow.
mellow, but also transcendent. Thank you, transcendent. And then the second one was
I could go with that description.
yeah, and the second one was just so lighthearted and fun, kind of like a very mellow version of Sesame Street. It was kind of cool. I liked it.
Did you just say a very mellow version of Sesame Street?
Yeah, because
Sesame Street.
Because the way he was singing, it made me think of.
I'm sorry, Pandy. He's a great writer, but when it comes to talking, he don't do too good.
I'm sure.
Was he like? Did he remind you of like Oscar the Grouch or something?
No, I was thinking more Kermit the Frog with Rainbow Connection.
Oh, Muppet movie. You said Sesame Street. Okay, that's different.
Oh yeah, I don't think Kermit was ever in. Were they in? Was Kermit in Sesame Street?
Yeah, Yes. He
Okay.
was like one of the stars. Hello.
Oh yeah. So I hope you take that.
He was like the Eddie Murphy of Sesame Street.
I hope you take that as a compliment. I hope you take this as a compliment, Pandy.
Although I do like on that first song, the chord progression. It was like this. It was like this. I don't know how to explain it, but the melody was going down chromatically.
Yeah.
Like underneath the chords, at the same time, which was really cool. I like that. That kind of makes it hypnotic. People are like, "What's he talking about?"
I'm just waiting.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Okay.
I know what you're talking about. All right, don't forget about the drink specials. Mixed Wells, $4.25. Get your antioxidants and your booze at the same time, and don't forget.
Buy, purchase, consume, enjoy.
Yes, and giant cookies. We've got muffins. We've got some gluten-free chocolate donuts back there. There's whatever you're craving. You could probably pretty much find it in that cold case. Or, like I said, don't forget we've also got hand-stretched pizza on the premises. I think we've got no more.
We're out of pizza. Uh-oh.
Out of pizza. No more pizza.
All right. Good night, everyone.
We're pizza outed.
No more pizza. We're out of here.
Pizza out. No, anyway. Okay. Okay. Well, then don't ask for pizza. There's a lot of baked goods over there. They're really delicious.
Booble.
One of my favorite things to do is get a giant blueberry muffin with some milk. Oh my God.
Their blueberry muffins are the best.
I haven't said booble yet.
Oh God.
Michael Bublé. I just like saying Bublé.
So coming up
And
next,
this is when it all went unhinged, derailed.
we should introduce who's coming up next because we're losing the audience.
I know.
Okay.
Literally, they're just walking out.
So coming up next, this next voice, he can be humorous, he can be deep and heartfelt, he can play multiple instruments, he sings, he does it all. Let's hear it for Spooky McDougal.
And not only that, he calls you by your stage name while you're at work.
What's up, y'all? Yes, my name is Spooky McDougal. So today I found out that it's pronounced yerba mate. Yes. I thought it was pronounced yerba mate. I don't know why I thought it was Australian. It's Father's Day, so I have a story about my dad that I'm trying desperately to make a joke. But anyway, I have a cool dad. My dad's awesome. We have a great relationship. But growing up, he had a really weird way of giving life advice. Like, I'm sorry, I keep bumping into that. He had a really weird way of giving life advice. Like, I made this like pipe thing to smoke weed out of, and I just gave up and threw it in my room somewhere. And my dad found it, and he confronted me with it, and he was like, "What's this?" And I'm not gonna lie to him, I'm not gonna insult his intelligence. So I'm like, "Oh, this thing, I made to smoke. You smoke crack out of this?" "No, I don't smoke crack out of this." And he starts smelling it. "Does it smell like crack to you?" I'm like, "I don't know what crack smells like that." So you don't smoke crack out of this? "No. Why do you think I smoke crack?" "I don't think you smoke crack, damn it. I'm just saying. You can be a functioning pothead. You might even be able to be a functioning alcoholic, but you cannot be a functioning crackhead." I said, "I know, Dad. So I don't smoke crack." But what was really weird is a couple years later, I ran into this homeless couple, and they asked me for change. I just gave them whatever I had. And but the guy starts rambling on about how he needs a favor. He's like, "You ever just need like a favor, looking for a favor?" She's like, "Not working out, you need a favor, I'll call you Fran." And he says he's gonna be there, he never shows up, and I just need a favor, I'm just looking for a favor. So finally his old lady interrupts him and goes, "What the hell are you even talking about?" And he turns to her and says verbatim, "I'm talking about crack, Donna. I need some crack." Sorry to be loud, but I immediately called my father. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, look, remember that time you thought I was smoking crack?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I overreacted." I said, No, you have nothing to apologize for. Because I just ran into this like homeless couple, and the guy's rambling on about how he needs a favor. And, and you're right, Dad, there is no, you can't be a functioning crackhead. But then he goes, "Are they still there?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" "Okay, well, he'll tell him and Donna that I'll be there in like 5 minutes." Thank you. On the opposite side, I'm a dad. I have a 12-year-old daughter. And I'm really curious to see what her and her generation like bitches about as old people, Like, back in my day, we didn't have no fancy Chinese IA robots teaching us how to read. we went down to the library and got read by I'm sorry, I fucked this all up. We went down to the local library and got read to by a cross-dresser, like a real American. I'm still fucked up. What are the drag queens? Son of a bitch. Anyway, speaking of real Americans, I saw this guy wearing a very patriotic T-shirt. It had like an American eagle on it and like the American flag. And then in one claw, the eagle had an AR-15, and in the other one, it had the U.S. Constitution. But around its neck was like a cross necklace. And I'm like, what? I didn't get it. Until he turned around and I saw what it said on the back of his shirt, and then it all made sense. Because on the back of his shirt, it said, faith, freedom, flag, family, firearms. 5 things you don't fuck with. And I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of agree with most of that, except for the flag part. I don't understand people who like fetishize the American flag, you know, like they make it part of their identity. I like to call those people flaggets. Thank you. What's another one? Oh, have y'all ever seen videos where the police arrest some guy for impersonating a police officer? You know, be some like redneck in a tactical vest or whatever, and he'll pull some guy over. And the guy will figure out pretty quickly that he's not an actual cop, so he'll call the real cops, and then they show up and you know, ask the guy a bunch of questions like, hey man, what's the deal with all the gear and the uniform? Are you a police officer? And the guy will be like, well, I work down at the county jail for the sheriff's office. It's like, okay, well, did you pull this guy over and tell him you were a cop? Well, what happened was I was just sitting in my vehicle, and he was just staring at me, you know, and so I got out, and I said, hey there, fella, is there a problem? And so they'll search his car, and, you know, of course, they find a bunch of empty beer cans. They'll be like, sir, you know, this is open container. This is illegal. You would know that if you're a cop. That ain't mine. No, that's my girlfriend's. I don't even drink. So basically, this guy's been driving around drinking, pretending to be a cop. And I have a confession, because for 1 year, I dressed up as a police officer. Yeah, I would go around town. I would patrol my neighborhood. I would investigate crime. I'd even have other cops like wave at me. But then I turned 7 and decided that I wanted to be a pirate instead, which is kind of the same thing if you think about it. Speaking of road pirates, I saw roads anyway. I saw a road sign the other day that said loose gravel. I thought, what are we, slut-shaming rocks now? You know what, I'm just going to tell one more because it's a solid closer. I don't know. I had an abortion joke, but I got rid of it. It was just a clump of ideas anyway. I don't see what the big deal is. Thank you. My name is Spooky McDougal. You can find me on the Instagram. Give it up for your host. Tip your bartender. Drive safe and buy me a yerba mate.
All right, give it up for Spooky McDougal. See, I did see him at the store, but the first thing I saw was his head.
His hair.
So, well, the whole package, not just the hair.
Was his hair up?
The face behind it. Yeah, it was just like that. He walks in with his kid, and I was like, I thought I recognized your head. What's up, man? His head.
Yeah, he lives in our neighborhood.
Yes, he does. Yes, we're not from Austin proper. I live 1 block away from the Austin border.
Our backyard is literally the border.
Our backyard is literally Austin. My front yard is Pflugerville. Mm-hmm. That's weird. Ugh. I remember when I first started living there. And
None more north of Austin could we be.
Yeah.
North Austin.
I remember when I started living there and I tried to start taking advantage of local Pflugerville, like library, pool, everything. They're like, you don't live in Pflugerville. Yeah, I do. I've got the zip code. This here says you don't live in Pflugerville. Whatever. Okay, but we finally got over that. So coming up next, I think you noticed that there is somebody absent on the stage next to me because he's got some. Do you have some new shit? It is? I don't see your head moving. Oh, okay, thank you. Because it's really bright. All I see is Ernie's face and some silhouettes.
That's why I have this light on so you can see me on camera.
Yeah, because either that or I wouldn't be able to see you either. Yeah, he's got some old shit coming up to the stage. Give it up for Lost in Thought. Now see, now you got to play the Benny Hill theme.
Didn't I used to do that? I used to play,
You did.
not Benny Hill, I used to play
Pink Panther.
the Pink Panther, that's right, yeah.
And I was gonna, I think Spooky went out for a second, but Alyssa might appreciate this. Spooky's hair kind of makes me think of one of my favorite horror movies, which is Return of the Living Dead, with because one of the main characters had a mohawk and like a nose ring as well. You know that one. Yes. All right. Okay, so here's some old shit. I am not the kind of cool I've been trying for. A gruff man with a neutral yet mysterious stare with eyes that seem to rest comfortably into place, while smoke rings happen to halo his crown underneath soft lighting in the back of a bar, and he doesn't even smoke. He's just that fucking cool. A man with experience in keeping his emotions in this covert operation of honesty with him and only himself, sewing his words and fears in a rustic satchel, pulling strings closed through interspersed lines as they whisper against fabric made from burlap and delicate suede. A man whose voice is naturally smooth on sandpaper rock. It rushes over you in dark, brooding waves, intriguing in the musk of saltwater mists that serenades the sand into a melted earth. I am not this kind of cool. I have the bleeding heart of an artist. It's loud and strums on chords electric, pulling on strings that lay down their lives, sinking deep in the veins that scream up through my fingers, slicing open words on paper, healing the scars in verse. My feelings are as transparent as my life pulse, driving through all 6 cylinders under the revving of my impulsive gears, burning up my flesh and bone, firing off sparks inside my head, snapping open wires and leaking battery fluid that is a poisonous kind of prolific. There is nothing subtle about me. And when I hurt deep. I do not expertly mask myself from the brutish cologne of a man made of rope and kerosene, permeating a walk that shatters boulders to dust with a swagger of his shoulders, as the remains smote under his feet, burning branded marks in the carpeted floor of a signature saying Lane was here. I am majestically awkward. I'm weird with my spinning thoughts that dizzy a circus of city lights, blinding my sense of social stance. And yes, I try so hard to be something I am not that I nearly suffocate the person I actually am and end up looking like one of the local crazies that just broke free of his straitjacket, with eyes that nervously wander in places they shouldn't. After killing myself on a mantra of don't do it, that I end up training myself to appear as someone that is so far opposite of me, and consciously or subconsciously, I've gotten to be a pro at severing possible friendships and connections, pushing people away with the sway of a nervous glance. How do you maintain to say hi to someone while telling them, I'm not some obsessive madman that you should be hiding from? The answer is, you don't. Because this shouldn't be the first place anyone's mind should go. And maybe it's consumed in the same bruised legacy of growing up a high schooler that was forced to be a loner, carrying the vicious stab wounds of being everyone's favorite target for punishment, that inflicts such perpetuating fears into others, making demons out of earthbound angels. Or maybe it was getting the shit kicked out of me as a kid from a religious, abusive caregiver, and I run for cover and hide after interpreting someone's touch as a means to do harm, and to bash fists in my own undone rage and assuming paranoia. After years of rejection that has rocked and deadened me deep enough that I haven't even properly grieved the loss of one of my dear departed best friends. And yes, this is all showing my work again because it doesn't make any less true that I hurt more deeply over a bad date 4 years ago than having to bury someone so close just a few months ago. Because I've piled everything in on that one moment, gone all in on a late night stack of poker chips and bet against myself in folding too soon, convincing myself that I am still not deserving of at least one lousy win, that I'm the one that cools down a hot streak and cracks open a bottle of bad luck, getting drunk on the diminishings of my character. And I have to use this to write. Sit down at home, at work, anywhere, and bleed myself dry of this bleakness and desolation and paint worlds in the tattoo marks of my pain that aches and hurts every goddamn day, even on the good ones. Thunder these storm clouds on the maneuvering of the dips and curves of a very chaotic sea. Stay adrift for a little while and inhale and exhale on the good shit that streams out of bitter afflictions, injecting heavy in the dark gray matter and let it rain, baby, rain all over that fucking page. Just because I say what I feel, just because I am of the masculinity that is bolted solid and strong in the steel roses, scented in the musk of a mid-afternoon dew under the Texas sun on a field of sawdust and dreaming hopeful, just because I staple pieces of my heart to my shoulder, fluttering shatter marks of lightning, breaking open all the feels, in arms outstretched in open and honest devotion to my own passions, truths, and weaknesses, shouldn't mean that I should lay down and take anyone's shit, especially my own.
He's already up there, so I don't need to play.
Rude. All right, give it up for Lost in Thought.
I want to give a quick shout out, and I know I'm probably not saying this right. Watching us via our Twitch stream, Astro Legumes, watching us all the way from Germany.
I think it was Legumes.
Legumes? I'm not
Germany,
sure.
wow.
Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. over there.
She watches every Sunday.
That's awesome.
Or for her, Monday morning.
Is it a female? I don't know. Is it a girl? A woman?
You can't tell from a screen.
I'm just kind of going Astral or Astrid. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, anyway, they said hi.
Human individual. Hello.
Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. over there, so they're either partying hard or they don't have to work in the morning.
Or just finished partying hard, and they're just kind of like, oh, what's this shit going on in the U.S.? Woo! Okay, Lost in Thought. I can honestly say yes, you are majestically awkward. Yes. Okay? There is no denying that.
See, he's one of those things, exactly what you just did, that you see outside like the furniture store. Those things that fly around, what you call them.
Oh yeah, for like the used car lots. But you are not so weird as to be like one of those guys on Cap Metro that you're just trying to go like this from.
Some people have returned me that way, but
yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Astro Legume said, "I'm a dude, but I can be whatever you want."
Okay.
That's rude.
What?
I said, answer your question.
Oh, what was the question?
Astro Legumes said, "I'm a dude, but I can be whatever you want."
That's very sweet.
We'll go with that.
And said inflatable tube man.
Okay,
free input from Germany.
And thank you for always tuning in. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
He tunes in and watches the punk rock shows sometimes. And I'm glad the Twitch stream is working again because it was like not working for several months. I mean, it would be on, but there would be no video. Mm-hmm. It would just be a black screen, and people would complain, "Hey, where's the video?" And I don't know. And I didn't change anything, and now it's working again. So,
shh, don't curse it.
Right.
Okay, Lost in Thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next. I think this person has performed here before.
Really?
They have, yes. But I'm going to introduce you to Andy of the Exions.
No, after you. No, after you. No, after you, sir. After you. Oh, yeah, don't forget the red cord there. And let me get the microphone on.
Check 1, 2.
All right, cool.
Okay, my name is Andy. I'm part of a band called The Axians, but they're in New York. So I'll play for you ballad versions of our dance songs. This one's called Suspicion. Your eyes like to won't stay, lost in your thoughts again. Such far away, yeah. Stand next to me feels like to the in between. Sleeping night. Calls name even more than life. Would you have to say, yeah, rising my sea on to the light. The suspicion keeps bringing me down. Standing next to me feels like to the the suspicion keeps bringing me down. What about love? Only wanted to be with you. What about love? Only wanted to be with you. Only wanted to be with you. Only wanted to be with you. This time in my life, I will find a way. We'll find a way. This time in my life, I will find a way. We'll find a way. This time in my life, I will find a way. We'll find a way.
This song's called Realize. This is written by my buddy Mike. Again, this is a dance song we normally play back in New York, but we did a ballad version. Thank you.
I like he was telling me earlier that he brought a second keyboard. I guess the Nova Station that's on the top. But I like the little accents to the ads, the little sound effect, the twinkling kind of things. It adds a lot. It really does. Kind of like Dreamweaver.
Oh.
You know those sound effects in the beginning of Dreamweaver?
But let's hear it for Andy of the Xions.
Woo! Amazing.
That was beautiful and heartfelt and
and
just...
and ethereal.
Yes.
I like it.
What'd you call me?
Okay, I was asking Lost of Thought, how many people do we have left on the list?
92.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Some of the crowd,
Don't listen to him.
So 8 or 7, because we might have a voice that...
We might have a going once, going twice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and don't forget about the drink specials, mixed wells, $4.25, and some, oh no, the muffins are gone. The cookies are still there.
Last night, we sold a lot of cookies last night.
We did?
Yeah, they were almost all gone.
The cookies are still there. I'm a big eater, and that's 2 meals for me. That's a big cookie.
Gigante.
You'll love it.
Like Bublé. Michael Bublé.
God.
Just try it. It's fun. Bublé.
No.
So
No,
the
is
other
it-
day, I actually got that bubbly water. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's like BUBLY. And we were putting it away, and I turned to my fiance, and I was like, "It's bubbly."
Oh, God.
What are you talking about?
All you have to say is Ernie B, and he'll go, oh, enough said.
Bublé.
Ernie, you're transferring your...
I kind of grow on you like a cancer.
like a fungus.
Like a fungi.
Fungus among us. All right, Lost of Thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next, I like this person's, especially, I like their name because it feels very old Hollywood. But let's hear it for James Kerrigan.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What's up, y'all? I'm Old Hollywood. What's going on? That's my new stage name. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do Old Hollywood and say screw it. Like, I don't know who James Kerrigan is. That guy sounds like a fascist. I don't know. I'm drunk. I've been drinking all day. It's Father's Day. I'm not a dad. I'm just practicing. But speaking of Father's Day, give it up for Andy, everybody. That last song was great. It was like Phil Collins without the drum break. It was great. It was great. I was listening. I was like, I don't want to just go do 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 do. I didn't want to do. I've wanted to do that so many times. It's a good song. But it does need a drum break. It does. It's great. Don't hum me. It's great. It's a good song without it, but put some drums. I'm a drummer. I think. I don't know. I bang on tables. I don't. Who needs me to bang on tables? Let's do that. It is Father's Day. I'm not a dad, but I really want to be one. Instead, I'm just a whore. It's just that's how it happens. I don't want to. I'm 34 years old. I should be building a fence right now. That's what I should be doing. But instead, I'm trying to figure out what emojis let me see titties. That's really what it is. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't know. It's like, what am I going to do? It's like, hey, you want to go to Kick Butt Coffee and have the same conversation I've had with 30 women in the last year and a half? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? Oh, I'll do my star chart with you. Sure, I'll do that. You know how many times I've done my star chart? Too many. I have done it too many times. Too many times. Here's the thing. I think that's goofy stuff. It's goofy stuff. But if a woman doesn't either do that or have a tarot cards at their house, I'm not interested. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either. There's a joke in there somewhere, but we'll find it. We'll find it. Whatever. I have been studying astrology a lot because it's 2023 and I want to have sex. When did every woman just become a mythical genie all of a sudden? When did that happen? I will grant you all of your wishes. You must answer me one question. What month were you born? May? Ugh, sorry, you're an Aquarius. I'm a Taurus. You're a Taurus. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up the signs. I'm fucking them up right now. You're a Taurus. I'm an Aquarius. We don't mix. Goodbye. And she just disappears into smoke. She should have asked me what my moon sign was. My moon sign has a huge dick. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just this whole dating thing is just exhausting, and I'm tired of it, and I don't know. I got broken up through emojis. Has anyone done that before? Got dumped through emojis? Yeah, I know, right? That's terrible. It's a terrible thing, but it's not as bad as what happened with my grandma's doctor. He just sends me a text. It's like, "Hey, your grandma has dementia." Squiggly face emoji. She's not eating. Throw up emoji. And then I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he just sends me back, "JK, she's dead." Dead emoji. I did lose my grandma last year. Well, we know where she's at. She's in the ground. But I moved back here from up north, and I was coming down south. And down south, you guys have grandma daycares, or better known as Cracker Barrels. You're laughing way too hard because you know. You know. You're just like, "Oh, see you, Graham. You go have fun with your racist friends." You go talk about how better it was in the 50s. You go do that for an hour and a half. I don't know. I get to see my favorite type of grandma when I'm at the grandma daycare. I get to see the grandma who yells the waitress's order at her husband who can't hear. "Do you want the sourdough? The sourdough for the sandwich, Earl. Do you want the sourdough?" He doesn't want the sourdough. "Do you want pumpernickel?" Actually, I think he'll just get a salad. "Do you want ranch?" "For the salad, Earl. Do you want ranch?" That's all I want in life, is for a woman to yell things at me. That's all. It's literally the only thing I want. But for me, it'll probably be at a dispensary. "Do you want the OG Kush? Do you want the OG Kush? It's an indica. Do you want the OG Kush, Earl?" That's what happens. My name changes to Earl. That's really what happens. I started out as a poet back in high school. I did. I wrote a lot of poetry, but then I touched a boob, so I threw all my poetry away. That's really what happened. Oh, there it is. Is that the 1 minute? Or is that was the wrap it up. That was the wrap. Okay, that means the same thing. Yeah. I had a joke I was working on, and I cannot remember it. There's so many different dating apps right now. Straight people have Bumble and Tinder. Gay men have Grindr. And lesbians have Apartment Finder. All right, guys. Thank you so much. My name is James Kerrigan. You have a nice one.
Let's hear it for James Kerrigan and his preparation speech for his male practice trial.
Did Lane just say something funny?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
It kind of threw me off. Like, what? People laughed.
I know you didn't hear the dead silence after the so that was actually pretty good. Way to go,
It
man.
only took, 14 years to get a laugh?
I've come up with a few funny lines, you fuckers.
I keyed.
Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to insult the comic dog?
You do know he wasn't a real dog,
I
right?
know he wasn't a real dog.
Okay. Just checking.
Do you remember that when he did that thing at the music awards to
Oh God,
with
yes.
Eminem, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, he didn't think that was very funny at all. He got pissed.
Yipes. Okay, lost in thought.
So this next person I can't seem to find.
Ooh, we got it going once. What's the name?
Zach Badgoldich.
Zach? I'm not going to attempt to say that last name.
Yeah, that's about as close as what I would say it, but okay. Zach. Zach, are you on the premises? Zach, going once.
Out on the porch having a smoke? No?
Zach, going twice. On with the show.
On with the show.
Sorry, Zach.
Sorry, Zach.
Now I'm thinking about
I'm
Mitch Hedberg.
Go ahead.
What happened to the Dufresnes? Okay, stop.
No, I started thinking about Sugar Shack, the song.
Oh, okay.
Started.
Zach, Sugar Shack.
Mm-hmm. I started thinking about how he saw the bus fly by. Coming up next, I think this is a new voice.
Ooh, really? Okay, wait, hold on. I'm
Yes.
waiting for Ernie B.
Go ahead.
New voice.
Let's hear it for Austin.
Get the magic red cable.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't muted either, and I muted it just in the nick of time. Because then I saw it go boom. Like, okay. Okay.
Let's see. Does that sound okay? All right. My name is Austin. I'm gonna new voice. First time actually coming here at all. Your Google Maps page says you're closed, so I always avoided it.
I've addressed that. I talked to the owner about that. That can probably deter people from wanting to come out here. So
Yeah,
I think he's working on it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna play a couple songs for y'all. These are originals, and I guess I'm gonna start going by King Pollen pretty soon here. So I'll just let y'all know that as well. So this first one's called Carousel. Oop, let's start over. Okay. When it begins again with my head in the clouds, we dust the cobwebs off and start thinking out loud. Well, we'd appear to be gluttons for punishment. Seem to recall us speaking and missing what you meant. Mechanical visions, I'm beside myself. Try on the carousel, not thinking of my health. Oh, baby, eviscerate me in my worried mind. You'll have to do better, lovely, please, one more time. All right, this next one is called Olympics. I've been thinking a bit too long with my lungs. Radio sits waiting on a sun and such. Why do I feel I've seen this movie before? Never waiting long till reason's out the door. Reason's out the wondering who's been sending you all those blue lights, while these broken streets and take their sweet, sweet time between the wine and tears at the table. I can almost see you through the label. Through the label. Ooh, 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 whose side are you on tonight? Whose side are you on Thank y'all.
All right.
Say something.
All right.
Yes, let's hear it for Austin.
Woo! Thank you, Austin.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Austin.
I thought you were going to say that was Austin. No. Okay. Okay. Lost of thought. What is your favorite thing to order from the bar?
So, I do love Alyssa's concoctions, but I also do enjoy the barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, God, that's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, and those cheddar bacon biscuits.
Those are awesome.
I don't think they're available right now. Well, in fact, I know
Yeah,
they're not.
because all the baked goods went bye-bye.
Well, no, I was going to talk about something else.
Oh.
Because I think the kitchen has to be open for this, but the brisket quesadillas are awesome. I love
Those
things.
exist?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to come here next time the kitchen's open.
Yeah, but the kitchen has to be open, I think. Yeah.
Tina's got to be here, right?
Or somebody in the kitchen, yeah.
Okay.
To prepare them. But they're awesome.
Brisket quesadillas.
A little spicy, but just right. Just right. And you know me, I don't really like
Yeah,
spicy
you don't
stuff,
like spice, so that's saying something for
but
you.
it's just right.
Perfect. All right, lost in thought.
What's up?
You're looking at IMDb right now. You're not looking at the set list.
Because I know who's coming up next.
Oh.
And
Okay,
I was looking at IMDb because I was
You
I
looking for
thought
the
of
next?
a-
You looking for the next showing of Jaws?
No.
He's looking at Emily Mortimer.
I thought.
Why are you looking at Emily Mortimer?
If you fucking listen to me for a second.
You let me get a word in edgewise, goddamn.
I'm sorry. Continue.
So this next performer made me think of a film I saw a while ago called Lovely and Amazing. It was with Catherine Keener, Emily Mortimer, Brenda Blethyn, a very knockout cast. It was this lifelike dramedy that was funny, it was dramatic, it was chaotic, it was all kinds of emotions.
Yeah, bag of chips.
It was all that.
Yes. And this next person is not only a great performer, but also my best friend. And
oh, do we get to do the thing?
No pressure.
No pressure.
Do we get to do the thing?
We will. And
Okay.
And she just makes me think of everything that life is and should be. But
Sunshine and teddy bears.
yeah. But she makes my life feel classy and just I love that she's a guest star in my life.
She models herself after me.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm glad she doesn't.
Credits. The best credits always roll when we're around. So let's hear it for Rayla.
I love how they always make me feel like a movie star, but I don't feel like one tonight. Sometimes when I'm sad, I'll go and sit in my closet and cry, and other times I'll just come here and and talk about it. But I didn't want to be at home right now because it's I'm moving next week to South Austin, like way past Slaughter Lane, and it's kind of emotional. It's the last year of my life has been the worst year of my life. And the walls of that apartment have just soaked in so much pain and also joy. But it's hard to be there right now because everything is just kind of chaotic and in shambles, and all the sacred space and energy that I've created there is just kind of being broken apart in order to move into this new phase of life, which I guess that's appropriate. Yesterday was a new moon. But it's also just a very lonely process. Hearing Dumpster Fire Phoenix earlier talk about being queer and growing up and just that loneliness that you face. I never got to come out to my family. I already knew what it would have been like. And Father's Day, too. My dad tried to shoot me when I was 2.
Oh, shit.
My mom was a narcissist. I went through a divorce last year. I lost my job. I was almost homeless. And I guess all that's just been coming up today. And it just made me think of this quote from Stephen King. The most important things are the hardest to say. They are the things you get ashamed of because words diminish them. Words shrink things that seemed limitless when they were in your head to no more than living size when they're brought out. But it's more than that, isn't it? The most important things lie too close to wherever your secret heart is buried, like landmarks to a treasure your enemies would love to steal away. And you may make revelations that cost you dearly only to have people look at you in a funny way, not understanding what you've said at all, or why you thought it was so important that you almost cried while saying it. That's the worst, I think, when the secret stays locked within, not for want of a teller, but for want of an understanding ear. And I came here tonight so bitter and angry and sad, and then I get to, I get to hear people like Dumpster Fire Phoenix and was your name Alan? You played beautiful music, and just sometimes when you hear another person bringing out their art, it just makes you cry because you realize you're not as alone as you thought you were. I mean, we're all alone, but I guess we're together in that. And that's why I love coming here, because I just get to see everybody share their art, and you can feel it. You can feel all the things that we're not able to share with other people because we feel like they're not going to understand all the things that we've, sat in closets crying out because we didn't think anybody would be able to hear them. But then sometimes you can just hear it in a little tone in somebody's voice when they're singing, or hear it when their voice is quaking, that you're not as alone as you thought you were. But yeah, I didn't have a plan of anything to come up here and say, but I just hope we can be more real with each other, because I think we all need that so much. And I think we all have those times where we're lonely and we just want an understanding ear. And then sometimes we need something to lighten the mood. But I guess if I'm in want of an understanding ear, I don't know if I'll get it, but I guess that's kind of the beauty of sharing your heart, is you don't know if somebody's gonna hear you or not. I recently was trying to figure out why I made a to-do list for my divorce, because that's what I do. I make lists to make things less overwhelming, more bearable. It's probably the Virgo in me. So the last thing on my divorce to-do list was to change my last name, and I've been putting that off. And I didn't understand why. So maybe I'll just share that really quick.
You're actually doing it right now? On the phone?
No. Erased a little piece of my past, gave me a home, told other people I belonged to someone, assured me I was loved. It was a small bit of proof, to be sure, next to the home your arms and memories over 9 years made. But it's the last bit of proof I have that it happened, that I was loved, that I could be loved. And without it, I guess I'm scared of not having any more proof. But when I think about this last year, it contains all the proof I could ever need. There's one person who will never leave, who has the capability, the strength, the compassion, the depth, the experience, the creativity, the love to give me always, because I created the proof. So let go of the name. Give yourself your own name. Remind her of the proof you gave yourself that you are lovable and loved. So I realized, even after all the shitty things that happen, I was talking to a friend the other night, and they were telling me about depressed, suicidal moments, and I admit I've had those before, but I've realized in the last year that sometimes you gotta create the good stuff, because no one else is gonna do it for you. And especially if life keeps throwing shit your way, it's like, well, you could either just sit down and give up, or you can just start creating the things that make you come alive. But yeah, sorry, I didn't really have anything else. Thanks.
Let's hear it for Rayla.
I didn't actually mean to make light of that. I thought she was literally changing her name.
Honestly,
on the
I think that was perfectly timed, Ernie.
I was like, well, I guess you could do that on the.
Okay, whoa, wait. Rayla just told me this is going to be her last Sunday coming here.
Oh
no. Okay, wait.
Oh,
you do know you can still call in, right?
Because she's moving pretty far away.
Further south.
Yeah, that's right.
But if you can, whenever possible, please call in. Call in.
You can use the Skype app.
Yeah, use the Skype app. Read off something.
You've done that before, right? During the lockdown? Yeah, so you know how to do it.
Yeah. Please. We need Rayla. We need her all the time. We need her every Sunday.
Hey, Lane, can you move your microphone over just to your left a little bit? There you go. That's perfect. I was going to say,
people probably don't think about this, about changing your last name. When you after you go through a divorce, men,
don't.
Our last name doesn't change, so we get a divorce. Everything just goes on as regular. It's
Obla-di,
either
obla-da.
the only thing we have to do is change is check, uncheck, married or divorced. And that's it. But for a woman, or for anyone that changes, because some men do change their name, these days. But for a woman, you have to deal with like everything, like not just changing your name, but all your accounts. Yeah, and it costs money,
It does,
and
yeah.
it can be a pain in the
credit
ass.
cards, bank accounts,
and now
mortgages.
everything's online now, and everything has your name, and then you got to prove that it's you, and it can be a mess. So yeah, some people don't change their name because it's a hassle.
Which is why, artistically, I'm going by my maiden name, Kano. But, I mean, on business forums and all this stuff, I'm still wearing my married name, which feels so fucking outdated, and I want to do something about that. But, again, the hassle of changing all that stuff, it's just like, okay. Enough of my baggage. Lost in thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next, I think it's another new voice.
Uh-oh. Another new voice.
But let's hear it for Michelle.
You broke it.
I would be the one. All right. I'm like super nervous. This is my first time. Okay. All right. I was made this morning to be woken with the dawn, her rosy fingers pulling me from bed like a doe urging her fawn. I was immediately peaceful and uplifted, ready for a newborn day. The hazy glow blurred around my vision and carried the warmth of my bed away. My mind felt calm and happy to lay awake, pushing off daylight hours, knowing in another life I'm already buried beneath the flowers. From my fresh from sleep haze, my familiar bedroom became unknown lands. As day engulfed me, I reached forward, grabbing with childlike hands. Sorry. Desperate to find my bearings and made strong with full consciousness, but still adjusting my eyes and movement from hours of clumsy darkness. Dawn watched me and saw me struggle and came to help me cleverly. She led me, moving like a fog, and I stumbled from foot to foot heavily. She then urged me, and so I strained to surrender sleep to clarity. I felt the ease of the day, and it seemed to me to be a gift of divine charity. Thank you.
Okay, you do it. I gotta wind up this cord. It's driving me bonkers.
Let's hear it for Michelle. And coming up next,
You can do
It's a voice that we haven't heard in a while, but they've recently come back.
Just leave it there. Somebody's probably going to use it in a little bit anyway. I know. Okay.
And that was Hot Tamale's way of preparing for the voice that hasn't come back in a while.
Really? Who is it?
Yes. Who is it indeed? Who is this mystery person?
We have another returning from the void.
Yes. Yes.
From beyond.
Look to the light. Sorry.
Let's hear it from this performer. For this performer, let's hear it for Chad Young.
Is it? Which one is it? Which one's best for me to use? Is it the right one or the left one? Is it this one?
They're exactly the same.
All right. I'm a grown man reading poetry. This is a classification Umbra eyes only document containing compartmentalized information essential to the national security of the United States of America. Eyes only access to the material herein is strictly limited to personnel possessing Umbra, eyes only access, or to those under umbrella authority, by proxy of Magic Majestic Naval Authoritative Command. And then we saw a 25th, which when drawn or stained or uttered behind the lip of an advancing shield bestowed the cool, reckoning mirth of the radiant, creative ruckus and of the North Star. An immediate rest to the roiling call into the thresholds of the deep, and of the uninterrupted sleep that just a little rest may inevitably bring, because I guess even recklessness falters. When that little time left for you to dream brings you crashing down onto your stomach, inevitably in front of all of those beautiful people that you wanted to have sex with in high school, but you can't. Not in front of the cartoons on TV or the poison water in the well that comes from the volcanic rock in the creek where Antigone Ann the Vicious stands with blood up to her ankles, gnawing at the still beating hearts of the reticent men lying dead at her feet. Let me tell you what I've learned in my 25 years of filling up black spiral notebooks in the cold, freezing rain and in the sleet and in that 2 to 3 hour window of the morning that would make a fucking flashlight blush in pain. Number one, all truth is subjective. And honey from a bee is easily digested because it's already been digested by a bee. Number two, Jesus doesn't even like you. Daddy might make him let you into the club, but that's just a rubber stamp on your hand, dude. You better have good drugs in your pocket. Good weed, good lean, or good methamphetamine, something for the great lamb's nose socket, because there are no cheap seats in heaven. And hallelujah. Hallelujah. It's such a blatantly obvious truth. You should have read the fucking Bible and let it work its word out through you instead of interpreting what you knew could not be true into some stupid kind of guidance that's been dumbed down enough to specifically suit you. Maybe God swallows too, since he so effortlessly believes in whatever it is that you do. Homie, hell is twice as near as heaven wants it, and that is because of you, the great betrayer of truth. Just look down at the rubber stamp on your hand, dude. Number three contains the sets of all those things you do not want to know, like the occult significance of jellyfish and how they pertain to the charters of the P2 Lodges so-and-so, because if Patti Smith and birth control didn't wipe us out in the 1960s, then whatever lay in wait beneath our beds has almost certainly taken up refuge beneath the petals of the rose instead. And that is exactly where you do not want monsters congregating freely, where flashlights underneath bedsites might tilt up accidentally and reveal a world that you thought you knew but rarely ever questioned. And now you're all alone. And it's 1933 or 1927. And when all the people gather near and see that I have a Walkman in my ear, they'll know that I'm not from around here. Can I keep going? Yeah. I was in the 8th grade when Kurt Cobain successfully employed his Hemingway solution as a last-ditch way of treating the constant and unending pain which he must have felt for almost every single second of every single day. He said it's better to burn out than to fade away. I can see him saying it as he takes that last swig of Big Red and swipes all that sandy blonde hair on his forehead out the way. And it makes me so sad to think that he's right. But he is. Why would you remain in a world that's so basic and tasteless? You've tried so hard to change it, but there have been no changes, no efforts to make real any of these fake made-up spaces. Anywhere, later, anywhere. I said, fuck this. What in the motherfuck is this bullshit? How does it go? Sorry, y'all. Like a blank on my head. What in the motherfuck is this bullshit? Fuck, that's it. I'm not going to do it. I got the rest. Sorry. Thank you guys very much.
Let's hear it for Chad Young.
Chad Young, to be continued.
I
to be
love
continued.
a good list poem. I've written quite a few of them. But was that what, Chad? Was that all off the top of your head? Oh, I was gonna say
No, but it was all memorized.
It was all memorized.
Still, that's pretty amazing, nonetheless. But that would have been.
And I don't know if, like, when he first started, if it was a disclaimer or something, like a legal thing that he said. It just like, but then he just kept going. Like, oh, okay, you know, that was incredible.
That was
incredible.
Okay, how are we doing on the list? Lost in thought.
2 more peeps.
2 more.
Dos
Okay.
más.
Okay, folks. Remember, before you go get yourself something delicious to eat or drink, and tip your bartender.
Or else.
Even if you don't buy anything, you're just like, well, what's this 10 doing in my pocket? Boom. Put it in the tip jar.
Boom, baby.
Make your bartender happy.
Okay. So I'm hoping I'm saying their last name correctly because they even told me what the last name is, but I believe it's New Voice. I think so. But let's hear it for Kevin.
Oh, wait. I didn't do the New Voice thing.
Okay, so
New Voice.
let's hear it for Kevin Kuzmich.
Oh, I forgot to advance the track. Oh well.
Wow, it's bright up here. Damn, it's pretty weird. You can't even see anybody. You just see the lights. It's crazy,
But
man.
we can see you.
All right, all right. Well, my name is Kevin Kuz. All right. Ooh, I need to get me some Get Right. 4 lower tabs and a Bud Light. I used to wake up feeling okay, but now I ask myself how I got this way. Yeah, I started smoking dope when I was 21. I was out of control, having so much fun. I was popping X tabs and I was picking up chicks. I was running the streets like a lunatic. Every fucking night I'm like, what's next? Weed, coke, meth, and top it off with Xanax. I would stop using, but I know it's a lie. 'Cause there's no honesty when you're getting high. And I'm losing track of time. And I know it won't be long. I need to hit a lick before I'm sick when the morning comes. Ooh, I need to get me some Get Right. 4 lower tabs and a Bud Light. I used to wake up feeling okay, but now I ask myself how I got this way. Yeah, I started smoking pot when I was 13, riding skateboards and dropping LSD, throwing keg parties by my mama's pool, thinking to myself I'm so damn cool. Every fucking night I'm like, what's next? Weed, coke, meth, and top it off with Xanax. I would stop using, but I know it's a lie. 'Cause there's no honesty when you're getting high. And I'm losing track of time. And I know it won't be long. I need to hit a lick before I'm sick when the morning comes. Ooh, I need to get me some Get Right. 4 lower tabs and a Bud Light. One more? Yeah, one more? I'm waking up to a place I need to be. Never have I ever thought I'd be lonely. inside, and I need you by my side. Now you're not around, there's nothing left pulling me down. On my way back up, you can tell the voices to shut the fuck up, and lost all hope, strung out on dope. Do I feel better? Yeah, the answer is no. I'm shooting on the daily. She's a toy, not a lady. Will I ever stop? Yeah, the answer is maybe. I get it where I get it, and I always want to score. Women, dope, money. Yeah, the answer is more. Yeah, I get it where I get it, and I always want to score. Women, dope, money. Yeah, the answer is more. Yeah.
Let's hear it for Kevin Guzmich.
Woo-hoo! Okay, wait. Do you have a SoundCloud or a Bandcamp or anything?
Man.
You really,
Get one.
You really need
Get
to.
one.
That's some good stuff.
That made me
Yes,
feel
yes.
like it was a kind of a smoky nightclub performer. It was awesome.
That first song kind of reminded me of who sings that song? Just pulled in to Nazareth. Take a load off. Take a
it was
load
Take a
off.
Load Off Fanny or
Yeah.
Annie or something.
It kind of reminded me. I mean,
Isn't that the band?
was it the band?
Yeah, I think it's
called the band.
Yeah.
The band.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that style, the technique, the voice, the delivery of it. You know, it's just the way you know.
I was about to come over here and do a well-oriented solo pit. I love that second song so much. I was about to go.
Slow motion mosh pit.
I came up front. I was standing next to Ernie. I was like, hell yeah!
Yeah, I started air drumming back here on that second half of that second song.
Yeah,
where he broke it down.
I started going.
I was
on his
hearing in my
workstation.
head, "We Will Rock You," boom boom, gah, boom boom, gah, because he changed the beat up. It was cool.
When you make a drummer excited, you've done something. All right, Lost in Thought. We're closing out the show.
We are.
My God.
So
this is pretty good. This was
buble.
pretty good for a so-called thin night.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So last week when I saw this performer perform, I was thinking we need a strong closer, and I think this next performer can't do any better than them. I was thinking, yeah, they'd make a good closer. Let's hear it for Caro.
Woo!
Only have two hands. All right, a little extra nervous tonight. Can I put this? This is only like the third open mic I've done because for most of my life when I get nervous, my arms and legs stop working. So I'm using this as a practice to just learn to come out into the world. And when Rayla came up here, I just honor so much somebody who's able to express themselves and emote to that degree that I hope one day to be able to. And with what you're going through, my songs are all pretty sad and deep. And I just wanted to dedicate this to you and what you're going through, even though the content might be different than what you're going through. And also because I'm trying to work out the nervousness, I'm going to repeat songs probably every week. So I'm going to start with one I did last week.
Would I be able to turn up the guitar just a little bit, because I tend to. When the stars would dim away and fade to black, we'd press our hands against our eyes, create our own cosmos. Our hands against our eyes. Our hands against our eyes. Oh, but our nights had become a Mobius strip, carving out the moon. And how many times could our feet walk that path before we'd fade? Before we fade away. Hey, it stormed against the house. We lit some candles up, and the cats, they ran around and around, and they made us laugh. And you were a friend of mine, but now that's gone. But like Proust's swan, who'd meant to keep the light, I bowed out before the play, before the stars would, before our hearts would fade to black. When our stars would dim away and fade to black, we'd press our hands against our eyes, create our own cosmos. Our hands against our eyes. Our hands against our eyes. And find our faces. That is called, sorry, I'm having a total brain fart, Mobius Swan. And I have another song I've never performed with on a stage or anything, so I don't know if this is gonna work. The flow. I put some candy in your hands to help you glow. And now can we make sense of this? Beyond the sea, beyond the sea, beyond your skin. Let's open up this car and both go swimming far. Up through the jellyfish and stars, up with the sharks, up with their fins beyond the skin. Oh, let's go find that thing in that place where rocket bellies laugh and sing. Connect the dots, connect the stars, they will make sense of this. Explain your game, I'll solve the game. Let's play this game, dissolve the game, I'll win her crown. And bring it back to town. And under the sea, you fight a shark who is swimming up through your skin. And he will make sense of this. Oh yes, he will make up for this. 'Cause I'll take him down before my feet, before he even hits the ground, and reclaim your crown. And driving in the rainy night, we're streaking up the sleepy lights. At home, I'll tuck you in. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a fight. But you've won tonight. You've won tonight. But you've won tonight. You've won tonight. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Cairo. That was amazing and beautiful and solitary and just put you in this very like headspace of like almost like the ending of always very very cinematic. So the ending of a film where like maybe it's just a spotlight and it's just that person singing. And maybe the camera slowly pans on them, and it's after you've.
And then the credits start rolling silently.
Yep, as they're playing.
I'm actually agreeing with you on that.
When do credits roll loudly?
I guess it depends on.
I'm very literal. If you haven't figured that out,
I'm literal.
Oh, it's my job.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, the fact that I'm agreeing with Lawson Thought 2 times in one show, it's kind of freaking me out. Okay?
And he cracked a joke.
I know.
That was actually funny. So.
I know. Instead of the usual crickets.
And he's leaving. He just walked off the stage. Oh, he's saying goodbye to Rayla.
Okay, he's saying bye to Rayla. Rayla, you better sign on every so often. Thank you.
You can still pop in from time to time. You know, doesn't have to be every Sunday.
Even if you even just do a drive-by poem, it's like bye. You know. Just as long as we get to see you once in a while. We love you, sweetie. We love you.
Now our friend in Germany is saying that the stream is muted.
Oh,
I think that'd be awesome, though. If, like,
okay. Shit, fuck, damn, fuck.
I think that'd be
tit,
awesome if
fuck.
Rayla came by and she was like, as she was singing a poem, like, thank you, and I, and she's actually saying the poem as she's walking out of the bar.
She's like, yeah, this has been a great night.
That'd be awesome.
I've always wanted to do something like a Doppler effect, and this is really cool. Okay. Oh, wow. Ernie's probably back there going, please stop that.
No, it's still working on YouTube. See.
She was like, she was singing a poem, like, thank you, and I, and she's actually saying the poem as she's walking out of the bar.
JK. Yeah, this has been a great night. I've always wanted to do something like a Doppler effect. Okay, Ernie, I don't need to hear an instant replay of what I just did.
I think it's just the.
I already know I'm a dork. I don't need clarification.
I think it's just the Twitch stream that might not be working. It's been, like I said, it's been acting up. I don't know what's
See, that was your fault. You said, "Oh my God, it's working." You curse yourself. Wah, wah. You never say everything is great before a show.
Yeah, or like we're on time. That's like but we weren't necessarily on time today though. And everyone else was kind of late too. We were all like on the same.
Everybody was filtering in from Father's Day.
Are we on
stuff.
next week?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
are we on?
yes, we
We're
are on
next week.
Normal
Okay.
time?
Normal time.
Normal time on next week. Don't forget, write it down. Put in your.
Well, look at the
phone.
TV.
Look at
It's
the TV.
freaking out.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm pixelating.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the internet.
Oh, okay. Well, so.
Obviously, see, because that's coming back from YouTube.
Oh, that sucks. But it looks kind of psychedelic, though.
Maybe a nuclear bomb went off somewhere and we don't know yet.
Next to a Wi-Fi tower. Oh, well. Okay, should we do the thing?
Yes.
You have been witness to the best, the baddest open mic in the ATX, spoken and heard live every Sunday night at Kick Butt Coffee, Music, and Booze. It's not just an open mic, it's a show, not a show without each and every one of you, including you, Rayla. Thank you and good night! Woo! Metal!
Oh, and thank you for watching online, wherever you are, wherever you may be on this planet we call Earth.